Okay.
Hey everyone, my name's Taylor. I'll be your moderator today. Our debaters will be Julia and Anthony. We have a great topic for debate today, smartphones. So when you're in the market for a new smartphone, you're either thinking Android or iPhone. Or I guess Windows Phone, if you're like my dad and just didn't want to wait in a lineup to buy a new phone. Or if you're literally the only person to ever enjoy their experience using the Bing search engine. So, over the last few years, Android and iPhone have started up, and it's only 2007, 2008. So, and they've made huge strides since then. For example, they recently updated their keyboard systems, and they've also made it so you're allowed to download third-party keyboard apps onto your phone to make it easier, and you can pick which keyboard you'd like to use. So hopefully this eliminates the accidental text to your grandma that just says the most obscene thing because of autocorrect. Also, they've updated their online storage systems, the Google Drive and the iCloud. You can get more storage space than you'll ever need for around $2 a month. But in recent news, I would just kind of be careful what type of pictures you're posting up there or wherever they go. Lastly, to make it clear that I'm unbiased in this debate, I do use an iPhone, but as you can see, I use iOS 6. And before this project, I did not even know that there was an iOS 8. So, without further ado, let's answer this age-old question, which OS is better? In this case, Android OS is better than iPhone OS. So arguing this point is Julia. You have 2 minutes.
While your friends in that never-ending lineup waiting to buy the newest iPhone, you're inside your cozy house customizing the heck out of your Android device. And that's the beauty of being an Android user. You can tweak the interface by popping widgets wherever you see fit, change the icons on individual apps, and you can choose your own app defaults. So if you don't really want to use something like Google Chrome as your internet browser, you can choose something else from the Google Play Store. As for memory, Apple requires as much as 5.8 gigabytes of free space before you can upgrade your iPhone to iOS 8, which will cause a lot of users to go through deletion anxiety. However, this wouldn't be so much of an issue if iOS users could upload their videos, images, and music onto a microSD card. However, Android users can. If you want up to 128 gigabytes more space, all you have to do is buy the card and plop it into the back of the phone. Additionally, as for battery life, Android came out with a new battery life system that allows it to have 90 more minutes of battery life, which is more than any iPhone has today. Finally, all Androids have screens which are full HD resolution. This means that their screens have a pixel density of 445 ppi, whereas Apple's iPhone only has a screen density of 326 ppi. As you may or may not know, Apple products are manufactured at Foxconn, where numerous claims have been made for the poor treatment and working conditions of its employees. In 2010, a string of worker suicides from a Foxconn Apple factory prompted former CEO Steve Jobs to release a statement in defending his company. In a widely reported email, Jobs said, "Although every suicide is tragic, Foxconn's suicide rate is still well below the China average." Was this ethically sound? I'll leave that for you guys to decide. So the next time you're deciding whether you should go Team iPhone or Team Android, ask yourself this: is this an image worthy of your next Apple purchase? Thank you.
Wow.
All right, everyone. So arguing against this and for iPhone is Anthony.
Thank you, Taylor. Nice picture. Hello, everybody. I want to share with you a few things that some of you may have not thought of, and especially the women in the group, actually. I'm going to share with you some very important insights about men. Okay, so let's start with, don't worry guys, I'm not going to break any codes here. Let's start with the fact that men prefer to use something simple. This does not mean that we are morons. We just want to keep things uncomplicated. So that's one. The second thing is, we need to have something that's fun. That's the 5-year-old inside of us. You know, the perpetual 5-year-old that just keeps us young and keeps us exploring, and it's a good thing. The third thing is, very, very important. We, as men, need to feel our way through whatever context we happen to be involved in, okay? So, now, let me begin with, because I need to time test this journey, this insightful journey, back to the time when we had a flip phone about 20, 25 years ago. And the most fun thing about this flip phone was that I could flip it open, and when no one was looking, I would say, Kirk to Enterprise. That got old really fast because no one ever answered. So, all right, so from there, we went to this contraption that Motorola built, and it's got an interesting look. It even has a typewriter on the bottom. How nice. And even Rin does that too. Oh, way to go, Chen. How keeping it modern. Very nice. Anyway, so the interesting feature about this phone is, you notice where they put the power button? Good old Android. So you take it out of your pocket, just answer your phone, and you turn the thing off. Wonderful. Very, very efficient. So then my son said to me, my son is an Apple developer, and he's also a web designer. So he said to me, Dad, look, if you're going to get into anywhere near the future, you've got to have the right tools. And I said, okay, I'm listening. So he said, you need Apple products. I said, all right. So I started with an iPod and an iPad, and now I have the coveted gold iPhone 5S. Unbelievable, my fingerprint reader, so I could do that. It's so awesome, okay? Now, remember the three things that are important to us, okay? So I have fun with this, it's easy to use, and I'm totally into this experience. I'm loving it. I have my office and my home wherever I go. So, nice try, but if you want to stay in the past, by all means, there are so many, you can get these so cheap these days. Anyway, but if you want to progress and eventually partake in the future, then iPhone is the way to go. It's your call, of course. Oh, actually. Hello? Thank you.
Great arguments, both of you. I'll come back right with Anthony with the question here. You spoke about how you used to have a flip phone, one of the old cell phones. Speak to just how simple the iPhone is to use for you.
It is so simple. And God bless Steve Jobs and everybody on his team, because he's incredible. What this guy has done is, for people that are less than comfortable, well, what he's done is he's created, I need the internet to do this, but anyway, what there is a feature where you push twice on this, and you get something called Siri. Siri's not available. I know, sweetheart, don't worry, we'll If you have a problem wondering what to do or how to use this phone, Siri will do anything you want it to. I mean, she'll tell you where you are. She'll tell you where you need to go. She'll tell you how to use the phone. She'll tell you whatever you need. So nothing could be easier than that. I mean, an online virtual helper 24/7? Come on. Does that help?
That helps a lot.
Okay.
Julia, you spoke to the bigger screen and resolution. I was just wondering, have you ever actually watched a movie on your phone? And does it have a voice command system like Siri that works? Yeah, there we go. Because I mean, it's unavailable apparently, right?
Okay, well, to answer that question, yes, I have watched a movie on my phone. Would you like to add something else to that, or am I just going to say yes?
Yes, sure, say yes.
Okay, well, yes, I have watched a movie on my Android phone. I've also watched videos and whatnot. As I said, so PPI is pixels per inch. That's what it stands for. So when we say that Android has a PPI 445 and the iPhone has a pixel density of 326 PPI, we can obviously see the difference. The resolution is going to be better. And second one?
And is there an equivalent to Siri?
Is there an equivalent to Siri? I personally have not tried to download an app equivalent to Siri, but I would imagine so because we have the Google Play Store, just like Apple has their little app store and whatnot. It's the same apps, just relatively for different devices.
Great. both compelling arguments. I'm going to leave this up to you guys for applause. So let's start with Julia. Hands for Julia. That's Android. And hands for Anthony Reaction. That's actually close. I'm going to give it to Julia and the Android.
All right.